Hello, my name is Dylan. My traditional Italian dish is polenta ragù fungh. Definitely didn't say that right, but I'm on my way to Myers to get the ingredients for my dish, so let's go. Okay, we made it to Myers, and our first ingredient we need is some Italian parsley, so we got that off the list. And for our next ingredient, we have one of the main parts of the dish, which is mushrooms, and you can use any type of mushroom with this dish. It recommends different things, but I decided to go with sliced white mushrooms. Those are the ones I'm familiar with, and they go well with with this dish. The next ingredient we're getting is some minced garlic. And one of the next ingredients we got is some ground beef for the ragu. The next thing the ingredients call for is some extra virgin olive oil, so we got that. Our next ingredient is just some tomato sauce, and the ingredients and recipe was pretty open-ended on this, so I just opted for a can of Myers tomato sauce. The next thing the recipe calls for is some corn flour or cornmeal, specifically medium grind or coarse, so this works perfect. Okay, we are back from the store and we're ready to start cooking. So first things first, we have to bring 2 liters of water to a boil in a large pot like this one. So let me grab my measurements. 2 liters is about 9 cups. Alright, let's put our water on the stove. So we're going to wait for that to start boiling, and we're going to add in some salt and olive oil. So I'll be back when it starts boiling. Boil, and now it calls for a tablespoon of salt and 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So let's first start adding our salt. Alright, now our olive oil. And then we need to slowly pour in the corn flour. We're going to use most of the bag. It calls for 500 grams. Probably just under a little 500 grams, but I don't have the biggest pan. Stir this in. Said we don't want any lumps. I'm going to try my best to get these lumps out. Okay, I think we can pour a little bit more in. Alright, that should be 500 grams. Alright, and then after this, it calls for us to leave it at a simmer for 40 to 50 minutes. Until it becomes thick. And then we'll get started on the ragu once we leave this to simmer. Okay, now we are onto the ragu. So, first things first, we need to put 5 tablespoons of olive oil on medium heat. So, put that in. There we go. Alright, now we need to add garlic for so it doesn't burn. So you can go for, actual garlic you chop up. I got this kind. I'm not a big garlic person, so we'll see how it tastes. Get a spoonful of this. Now we have to add the main course, which is the minced beef. There's actually a lot of recipes online that are vegetarian for this because one of the main parts for it is the mushrooms, and you can go vegetarian with this, but I like my protein, so I opted for the beef recipe. So we'll break that apart and we add it. Use our spatula. Go. We're mincing this up, and what I think I'm going to do actually is switch over pans. Since this one's such a big pan, I'm going to put this onto this one, and switch this one into one that's been running hot. High. We can put this in there. We'll stir up this. It's thickening up quite good. Now we need So we're supposed to cook this until it's brown, then we're going to add the mushrooms. So come back when it's cooked. Alright, we got the beef all browned. Update. And now we're going to add the mushrooms. Open these. I opted for the pre-sliced kind, so a little bit less prep work. I'm going to wash these out first, and then we're going to put them in. I just poured some water in there. That's alright. Alright, there we go. Now we're supposed to let these cook for about 5 to 7 minutes until I let the moisture out of them. Start browning up. I'm gonna get a good stir in. Make sure it's not lumping up. And once these cooked, come back. Okay, they're starting to brown, so now we're going to add our tomato sauce. So pour our tomato sauce in. About half a can. We're going to stir this in well. It also calls for a pinch of salt, so let's add that, and then we'll let it simmer for 25 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to add in some parsley for freshness. So stir that in. And then we should be ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to plate this. So let me get a spoonful of this. Place it in the center. Got another spoonful. And we'll grab a scoopful of this. And there we go. Now let's give it a taste. Alright, it's cooked. I'm here with my roommate Jack. Let's give it a taste. See how we like it.
That's pretty good.
That's actually pretty, yeah.
The mushrooms are good.
Mm-hmm. No, that's actually good.
Yeah, everything tastes cooked right.
Tastes good. Everything's cooked good. I would rate this. Takes a little long to make, but probably a taste test like 8.5, 9 out of 10. So there we go. There was my original Italian dish, and